Hi, this is Fred. We're going to give you an overview of what we covered this week at the BigBlueButton Summit, the 11th Summit in Porto Alegre. And this will be a lead into the other presentations on the updates to the HTML5 client. So here's a look at the developer team in place. Like we had about 20 developers working side by side for over a week, and lots of stuff covered. And again, a lot of it was on the HTML5 client. So the goal for BigBlueButton is to provide remote students a high-quality online learning experience. So we target online learning. The project, this is a bit of background, project started at Carleton University in 2007. It's been over probably 8-9 years of development now, localized in over 25 languages. And one of the biggest customers who use it is actually the US Department of Defense. They save over $12 million a year using BigBlueButton. It's pretty cool. So for us, the measure is to engage students, and the context obviously could be an online class, a virtual conference, a tutoring session, or a business collaboration as well. I mean, it's going to be this same sharing of audio, video, slides, chat. We now have multi-user whiteboard, polls and emoticons, screen sharing, shared notes, breakout rooms, and accessibility support as well. You can set up your own BigBlueButton server in 30 minutes or less. Just go to our docs page, click on install, and you'll have it up and running pretty quick. Everything you see here, you can do. Probably the 3 use cases we focus on are the one-to-one, which is like virtual office hours or coaching or tutoring. Small group collaboration could be breakout rooms for students, could be a collaboration amongst peers or students just for working on a project. And the traditional one-to-many, where the instructor is going to upload some slides, go through them, and just cover some key concepts for the students. As I said earlier, we have over 300 people now helping us localize BigBlueButton in over 25 languages. Just recently, we updated the localization menu, so it actually shows the languages in the local language. Kind of cool. Accessibility is really important. It has to be accommodation for students with hearing or visual disabilities. And we have a statement of accessibility updated at our website, bigbluebutton.org/accessibility. BigBlueButton is a very active project. We have been forked almost 3,500 times. There are quite a few number of committers that have commit to BigBlueButton on a daily basis. And I'm going to go through some of the plans we have for our roadmap. But you can see it's kind of getting more active as time goes on. There are 7 core committers to the project. So the way BigBlueButton works is we take commits from anyone in the community, and they review these 7 folks here, review them, and make sure the quality of BigBlueButton remains very high. The last release we did, most recent, BigBlueButton 2.0 beta, a lot of focus on the usability. So you can see they updated the skin. There's some branding now in it. The icons all got updated with scalable vector graphics or font-based icons, so they're scale at any level. And the UI just completely across the board. We made every effort we could to make it consistent and more modern look and feel, and added multi-user whiteboard and shared notes. Just some of the design language, if you'll see in a few moments, some of the screenshots with the HTML5 client, those designs are coming into the Flash client. So very easy audio picker. Do you want to join microphone, listen only? And on the toolbar, we sort of gather together all the media buttons in the center. The record, start, stop is on the right, and then the title and the logo is on the left. And BigBlueButton shares slides and webcams as well. So if you want to share 15 webcams, yeah, you can do it. Here's a screenshot of the developers working together. Some of the features we also added in the latest release, we now can let students download a presentation. You have the option of enabling download when you upload a presentation. You can promote a student to moderator if you want, and demote them back afterwards. There's a full screen mode, so there's a full screen button in the lower hand corner if you want to have BigBlueButton take up the full screen. And there's some smoothing now of the whiteboard. So if I draw here 2, let's see, 3, you might see some subtle smoothing. We made it very subtle, but there is some smoothing going on as the instructor draws. So for student engagement, definitely polling has been there. So you can do polls, ABC, true, false, and the polls are basically the context of the slides. So if we detect the slide has like a statement and 3 options, excuse me, we'll put an ABC poll up button for you. There's emoticons. Very easy for the students to give you a sense. You guys happy? Are you guys sad? What do you think of the lecture so far? And we have breakout rooms too. So you can get the students to go into their own areas. And when you do, you can have up to, actually this is 8 breakout rooms now. And you can drag and drop users between them, and you can set a time limit as well. Multi-user whiteboard, this is another big feature we cut in. And this allows you to enable all viewers to annotate slides at the same time. So you'll see their name next to it, and you'll see them, they can draw, they can write. So this is really good for tutoring and coaching. If you want to do collaboratively, work on a problem with others. And there's also shared notes as well. This is really good. We use this a lot for taking notes during a session, when we're developing BigBlueButton, when we're reviewing the latest features. So we open up shared notes. It opens up a window where you can collaborate. Everybody can type in together. It's like a simplified Google Docs. And you have the options to launch additional shared notes windows. You can change some of the font, bold it, highlight it, and you can download as well. And here's looking up to 3 shared notes. So for the integrations, funny, INT. There we go. Integrations. So there are lots of integrations with BigBlueButton over the years, and that is to the point where we're actually embedded inside the product. So we're embedded inside of Schoology, Genzabar, Canvas. You buy a product from these companies, you have conferencing, it's built in using BigBlueButton. You go to Moodle Cloud, it's built in using BigBlueButton. And Sakai, another popular open source learning management system for higher ed, we have very deep integration with Sakai as well. And for all the other learning management systems, you can always use LTI. So we are certified IMS Global. Just screenshot Moodle Cloud, you'll find us baked in. You'll also find that the Moodle integration of all the hundreds of plugins available at moodle.org, the BigBlueButton typically ranks about the 5th or the 4th most downloaded plugin. And according to the stats, we have, I don't know if I got the screenshot here. Yeah, we usually have between 4,700 and 5,100 sites using the BigBlueButton plugin. That's Moodle sites, thanks to Moodle stats. So I'm going to give you a couple of screenshots of the HTML5 client. You can see there's a design language that is now inside the BigBlueButton client for joining audio. And here is the HTML5 client here, and here's the BigBlueButton client here. The point of this slide is they're both running on the same server. So if I, as the instructor, is drawing, here's a person who could be on a mobile device or Android or iOS 11, because it now supports WebRTC, they would be able to follow along. Here's what it looks like on, say, a tablet landscape. And there's a users list. So lots more screenshots coming up in the other presentations. In terms of the roadmap, so our goal is by the end of this year is to release the first version of the HTML5 client, targeting all the viewer capabilities, like all the student capabilities, minus two-way video. So we're not going to try to do the two-way video yet. There's lots of work underway on that, though. And we're targeting in a mobile context for Android and iOS. You could run the HTML5 client in the desktop, but we expect most people will use the current web client. And then phase 2, 2018, we are implementing the remaining moderator presenter capabilities and do two-way video. Because both of them run simultaneously together, the HTML5 client and the BigBlueButton client, the Flash client, our goal is to provide a very smooth upgrade path as the HTML5 client reaches feature parity with the Flash client. So Flash will be around for a while, but as we continue working on HTML5 client, it will at some point just fade in the background, but we'll do it in a way that is very smooth transition for you and your students. So in terms of the product, right now we're delivered a beta. Anybody in the world can try it out. Lots of people have been installing it. Some companies have been running it for quite a while, a couple of months. And it looks pretty good. So we're just finishing up the last few items on it, and we'll do a release candidate. And we've already started to work on BigBlueButton 2.1. We're kind of expanding out more of the collaborative capabilities. We'll have multiple chat pods, just like we have multiple shared notes. You'll have multiple chat pods and multiple presentation pods. We're kind of exploring that in a little bit in the future, too, for breakout rooms. And we're looking at ways we can improve the breakout rooms, such as an audio-only breakout room. And there'll also be sort of some traditional web conferencing capabilities, like the ability for a moderator to allow or deny users. So users will be kind of requesting to join, and the moderator will get a dialogue that says, hey, Fred is wanting to join the session. Do you allow Fred to join, yes or no? And until the moderator clicks yes, that person trying to join isn't even in the session. They're just kind of petitioning to join. The information about BigBlueButton website, you can see our YouTube. Obviously, it's open source. All the code is there. We've got a Twitter account, our docs. and docs@BigBlueButton.org for all the installation, and a Facebook page as well. And that's an overview. We have just been focused on BigBlueButton for online learning for a long time. We really care about all the student experience, try to have the user experience fade in the background as the students and the instructors just get on with the job of teaching and learning. So we focus on one market, online learning. BigBlueButton is used in many markets, but for the project, we really care a lot about that student-teacher experience. And we feel like if we do a really good job for that, then our product is very useful in many other markets. And that's an overview of BigBlueButton, the latest project update. I invite you to look at the other slides and go to BigBlueButton.org for more information.